Let's talk about the best strategy to passive income in real estate in 2025. Hey y'all, I'm Nana. I am a former practicing real estate attorney and I've done all the things in real estate. I've done wholesaling, I've been a real estate agent, and I even hosted over 20 Airbnbs. So I know a thing or two when it comes to real estate investing, and now I'm sharing my tips with you. So in 2025, for me, when it comes to real estate, it's all about sustainability and what is going to bring me the most cash flow in the most chill, lazy, passive income way possible that I can continue to do for years to come. And that's the key, something that is sustainable. Like I said before, I have done all the things when it comes to real estate, and most of them, even though they do have a passive income component, they also have a pretty active income activity to them. And so this is for each of the strategies that I talked about, right? With wholesaling, you're basically only as good as your last deal. You're always looking for your next property in order to make money, because with wholesaling, you make money when you put a property under contract at a discounted rate, and then you find an end buyer to assign that contract to, and you make the spread, right? You make the money in between. So let's say you put a deal under contract for $100,000, you resell it, or assign it rather, to a fix and flipper for 110, and you make the spread. You make that $10,000, which is awesome. It's a great way to make a lot of money. However, you are constantly hustling for the next deal. You have to do marketing. You have to spend a lot of money on your marketing, whether that's direct mail campaigns, so you're mailing letters or postcards, or maybe you're doing text marketing or driving traffic to your website. All of that costs money. Or the alternative is to spend your time, right? So if you don't have the money, then you're using your time, you're driving for dollars, maybe you're doing bandit signs. Like, there are a lot of strategies, but it's either a lot of time or a lot of money. And for me, that's my baby, sleeping. And this is the only way I can make videos now, so here we are. And for me, wholesaling started to feel like a job. It started to feel like I was spending quite a bit of money, quite a lot of time. And once I got a deal in, like, some of them were very lucrative, but at the same time, I was like, okay, gotta get the next deal, right? There was no consistency to it. That's the way I felt. And with Airbnb, it was a real estate strategy, but it was also a hospitality game. And so with hospitality, you have to make sure you are constantly getting new guests. So you have to market for new guests, which Airbnb, the platform itself, does do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, but you still have to make sure you're attracting the right kind of guests that you want at your property. You have to make sure that you are keeping your property in great condition with all the wear and tear that comes from short-term rentals, because people are coming and going. So it's not like when you have a rental property and someone is moving every couple of years. Someone is moving quote unquote into your property every couple of days. Even if it's midterm rentals, it's every couple of months, which can put a lot of stress on a property. You got to keep up with that. You got to keep up with your cleaners. And even if you have a team, which is the way I taught people how to do it and the way I did it, it's still a lot to manage. And for me, I am a new mom. I'm a mom of 2 under 2 now. So I have an 18-month-old and a 10-week-old. And so I'm looking for way more chill strategies. And even being a real estate agent, whether you're a listing agent or a buyer's agent, you have to hit the pavement, you have to hit the ground running, you got to be out in the streets to drive up business. And so for me, it came to the point where I realized that buy and hold rentals, being a landlord, was the most chill way for me to be in real estate. But on top of that, Section 8 rentals was going to be even more powerful and more chill for me. Now, I know for a lot of people, when they hear Section 8, they're like, excuse me, no thank you. All the horror stories come to mind. But if you think about it like this, no matter whether your tenant is Section 8 or they're like traditional, anyone can tear up your house. I've seen traditional market rate, non-Section 8 tenants do massive damage on rental properties. I had non-Section 8 tenants back during or before the Great Recession when I had rental properties then, and they didn't pay me for months on end, and they left my property a poop show. And it's because I didn't do my job as a landlord. I didn't screen my tenants the way that I needed to ensure, or best ensure, that they were going to pay me rent on time, and be good quality tenants. And the same goes for Section 8. You're going to have great tenants or great people who are on Section 8, and you're going to have not so great people on Section 8, just like you have great people who are traditional non-Section 8 tenants and not so great non-Section 8 tenants. Right? So it's all about screening, but the beauty of when you find yourself a great Section 8 tenant is, one, the government pays the majority of their rent, anywhere from 70 to 100% of their rent. So you're getting guaranteed rental income every single month. Like, there's nothing better than knowing that most, if not all, of the rent that you need to both cover your mortgage and then start cash flowing and maybe cover some expenses of some of your personal expenses, or even your lifestyle, giving, any of that, you know that the majority of that is covered by Section 8. That is chef's kiss, right? You don't have to worry about it. Two, you have longer term tenants most of the time. So most people who get on Section 8, there's such a big need for affordable housing that they have been on the waiting list anywhere from 2 to 10 years, depending on what state they are in. And yes, I said 2 years to 10 years. So when they find out good quality property, most people are going to keep the home in good condition because they don't want to lose that voucher. And two, there are not enough Section 8 landlords out there with good quality properties. So if they find a good quality property, a lot of times they're willing to stay anywhere on average 5 to 7 years. Now, as a landlord, one of the biggest things that eats up your profit is vacancy. So if you have a tenant that is willing to stay with you 5 to 7 years because you have a great property and you're getting guaranteed rent on top of that, like, this is how powerful this real estate strategy truly is. I have a mentor that has had a Section 8 tenant pay off his mortgage because that tenant has been there like 20, 30 years. Great tenant, wonderful relationship. The tenant is happy, the landlord is happy. It's a win-win situation. So I just want to say that, like, Section 8 real estate investing does not have to be this horrible thing. It actually is a beautiful thing because you as a real estate investor are getting a positive cash flowing asset that can continue to appreciate. So you're getting both appreciation and equity, and you're getting cash flow every single month if you buy it correctly. And you buy it so that you're actually making money and not losing money. And two, you're providing affordable housing in a time where housing is expensive as heck. It is banana pants out here. My mortgage is a bajillion dollars, and just 2, 3, 4 years ago, it would not have been expensive. So, affordable housing is a need everywhere. And I would say in all economic brackets, right? So if you're able to be on the side of the supply, that's even better for you because there is such a high demand. So if you are interested in getting started with Section 8 investing and learning how to do it the right way without having to deal with bad tenants, government headaches, or burnout and stress, go ahead and check the link in the description box below for my exact strategy on how to build your own Section 8 rental portfolio, even if you're not using all your own cash or credit up front, even if you are already a landlord, or if you're starting new as a beginner investor. Okay, so now that you've learned the best real estate strategy for 2025 and beyond, go ahead and check out this next video here, because when you pair it with what you have just learned, you are going to be so much further ahead on your real estate journey.